On 2nd and 11 now. Rivers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got him in. Complete. 20, 10, and touchdown.
He took off. I mean, let's face it. That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're...
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Love. Being chased out left. And this is caught. Herman Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Locke. Gets it to Gordon. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, it's Gordon. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 3rd and 2, Locke. And that is caught. Herman Moore. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. Here's Locke. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now Locke. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down, and it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
This will be taken very short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is...
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Patrick Willis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Another try after the first down sack. Rivers, and that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is caught. But he will not make the first down marker, and that'll be a turnover on downs. That'll be a gain of 16. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Stenerud able to put this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
This will be taken short. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And the Titans are going to recover the football. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
They'll fake it. Now Love. He's going to look deep for more. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Titans. Herman Moore. 45 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. So now here's Luck as his guys will go for 2 here. From the gun, here's Luck. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Rivers from the gun on third down. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Sacked by the relentless Howie Long. They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Throwing his Love. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Now it's Love. Touchdown, Tennessee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first pure kicker ever in the Hall of Fame, Jan Stenerud, to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Let's just take it. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Play action, it's locked. Flushed out right. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And, boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a two-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for two now while their heads are down.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first pure kicker ever in the Hall of Fame, Jan Stenerud, to get us started. This will be taken very short. And look at this. this. Right away, a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Set, ready, 30 base. 55. Let's go, D. Let's go. Mike, down.
1st and 10, Young. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory.
Let's go.
A huge play there right off the bat. 54 yards.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
On the ready.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Look at me. Zipper. Look. Squeeze. Go out. Check. Hey, Alpha. Check 43. Big grip.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by an American hero, Pat Tillman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they try the right side here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Monday. 59.
Love. He's going to air one out. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Chris McAllister. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because
and he cannot get away, and Young will go down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing, Young, dancing to his left. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Fight.
Young working out of the gun. He's going to take a shot right away for the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Tillman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Off of play action, Luck. Out to his left. And Walker has it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. Now a 1st down throw, Luck. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The sack that time by Michael Strahan. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Well, crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And that will extend the lead to 11-0. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this 1st half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the 1st quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
On second down, Young again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Holt. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Rock it. Switch. He's checking. Hard. Kill. Hey, echo. Get it.
Here's Young from the shotgun. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Hey, Haywood.
Here's Young. They'll indeed go for it. Oh, and now Young here throwing another interception. Picked up by an American hero, Pat Tillman. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Jan Stenerud on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Switch it.
A second down throw for Young. Throw left side complete. It's Holt. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Hey, Steve 6. Go. Look at me. Go.
Out of the gun, it's Young. He's going to look deep down the field and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Man. Shit. Rock it. Shit. Hard. Ready.
On fourth down, they snap it to Young. Forced out to him, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. 11. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Luck now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, Charlie. Check.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Flushed out right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a play fake, and it's Luck. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
12. Go. Line 54. We got to get the ball, D.
Throwing on 3rd down. Luck buying time to his... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Patrick Willis drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the turn.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Check. Watch 54. Ready? Mike 54.
Now they try the right side here. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
Hey, DeLow, let's get in there, huh? Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here it comes. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Check Mike, check Mike.
Third and long, it's locked. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down. And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. To throw is Love. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Khalil Mack. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
You draw quarters.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
Now Luck on 3rd and goal. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Patrick Willis able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Vikings, nothing. Matt Gay on for the field goal. A 32-yard.
And Gay knocks this one through. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their deep. Under pressure, they got him again. Khalil Mack, his 2nd sack of the night. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
From the gun on third down, Luck eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Herman Moore, 60 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Jan Stenerud on for the extra point. And he's able to put it through. Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This will be taken short. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ryan Shazier. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Luck. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Randy Moss, an 80-yard touchdown. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, here's Luck. Steps away, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A safety with a sack there, LaMarcus Joyner.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And they give this time to the tailback. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A shotgun snap for Luck. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Well-timed effort by Darius Slay. A sack on the corner blitz. Here's Ray Guy now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. On 1st and 10, Luck. Flushed out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, You've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah.
Now a hit and lock. Lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first out.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Holt. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, it's long. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Melvin Gordon, 27 yards. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
11B. Hey, foxtrot.
Back to the air. Luck on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Stenerud now to add the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now a play fake here on first down. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action. It's locked. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission? Under pressure, and they got to him again. Ryan Shazier able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Locke. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Well,
defense,
yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Block on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Again, they'll run with Sayers. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Team spill.
Now a handoff looking right. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike. Hey, wahoo! Record. 40's Mike, 40's the Mike. Defense wins champion. 12. Mike's 40. Mike's 40. I'm coming, baby.
Throwing his lock. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. Gale Sayers, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check 4. Check 9.
Now Luck. Being chased out left. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Lawrence Taylor, his 2nd sack of the night. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th.
Titans Ringo. Titans on Ringo. 11. Hey, Delta. 4 down. Check. 40's Mike. 40's the Mike. Yo. Slam.
Here's Luck. Dancing to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. Lawrence Taylor bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Luck. Escaping the pressure right. Man open, it's Moss complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort, but on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort, picking up the 1st.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
Now they try the right side here, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Love. Caught by his running back, Sayers. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Mike 54. Mike 54. You don't want this. Reggie. Check it back. 12. Rush in.
Now Love. That's complete to Sharp. And he's taken down inside the 30. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line. Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Check 25.
On first down, Love rolling to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Patrick Willis make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
To try again after the sack. Luck. They get it to Sayers on the screen. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Luck now to throw. Forced out to his left. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken very short. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Long. And he whips that one incomplete there. Herman Moore is the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? Here's Ray Guy now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Patrick Willis in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 56 yards. They go play action here on first down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And he's got a man. It's T.O. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One last throw here for Luck. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Terrell Owens, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Lott. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys that...
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Randy Moss, 51 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This will be taken short. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Ryan Shazier. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw, Mayfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Ryan Shazier picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Third and long for Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Locke. He'll buy some time right. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. From the red zone now, Locke sliding out of the pocket. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Delaney Walker there to make the grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put it. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Ted Hendricks making his presence felt. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Let's get it. 180. Check. Watch it before.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
You can't block me.
They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. That's to his running back, complete. (21-0) our score after one. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Gurley. And Gurley, he fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go from Cleveland. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Room here to run. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
What a play by Primetime. So electric, the ultimate home run hitter.
Now, see, you set that up really nicely for me because I got a nugget. Dion is the only person to hit a home run in Major League Baseball and score an NFL touchdown in the same week.
Oh, I like that one. Remember, too, the only man to play in both the Super Bowl and the World Series.
Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This one taken from the 7. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Check out. All right, 6 and 5.
Now they try the right side here. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Luck. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Gordon. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
To throw on 2nd down. Warner gets it to Gordon. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Luck flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Ryan Shazier able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Push it back. Push it back.
3rd and long. It's Luck. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. We're scoreless after 1. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try a toss here with Sayers. And some room to work. And now look at him go. Touchdown, Vikings. Gale Sayers, 50 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time to turn over on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They run it here with Gordon. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8. Running right, here's Brown. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually...
Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. And maybe that's the perils of being a rookie running back in the NFL. I mean, look, it's not easy to hold on to the ball at any level with these talented guys. But in this league, you can learn a lesson early.
Without a doubt, and what a tough reminder for any running back, especially a rookie. The things you got away with in college probably won't work so well in the NFL.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken very short. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A nice pickup there. 18 yards. First down, Falcons. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check. Hey, lock it. Hey, Haywood. Mike 5-4.
Warner from the gun. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Ryan Shazier. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Ready.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Watch out. Kill. Hey, seam 6.
On second down, Warner. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Lawrence Taylor in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Watch the safety creep. Check. Leo.
Out of the gun, here's Warner. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Reggie White, what a force. Got back there for the sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing his luck. Now he's forced out left. And he's going to go down again. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Luck. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's a...
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Randy Moss, 64 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand-new ball game. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Love. And an alley to run. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Love. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A final shot before the break. Luck. Flush to his right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be taken short. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. A big play there by Gordon. 44 yards on the ground. Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. This is Brown. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Here we go, set, 18, Gator.
They'll try and run it in with Brown. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. They'll give it here to Brown. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This will be taken very short. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run with Sayers. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
A run at Sayers' right side. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to him back.
They are going for it. It's locked. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Howie Long. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. This is Gordon as they go to him again. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Thielens' kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Lawrence Taylor able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know him.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 32.